Grandpa, who was one of your childhood heroes?
Just a moment. Can you shut it off?
Grandma, do you have a childhood hero?
A hero? I don't know. I remember Clint Eastwood.
Okay, what about your favorite song or music?
That first one I learned was, and I forgot the name of it, but this oh, I remember Dolores because they would sing to me when I grew up. They would sing, "How I Love the Kisses of Dolores," and then they'd sing, "She'll be mine, all mine," and it had something to do with. Anyway, it was kind of dirty.
Okay, here's one. Are there any physical characteristics that run in our family?
Physical characteristics, yes, we all have beautiful women.
Yeah. That's true.
Dad's nose.
Keep showing off all the pretty women. You know, there's a picture up there of all of us at your party, and everybody is good looking.
Oh, yeah. I can look at that.
I can't think of the guy that he was a balloon buster from Arizona, and I can't think of his name, so I'd have to say, since I can't think of him, I'd answer that by saying Patton. He was a guy that
Who?
Patton.
Oh.
General Patton.
General Patton. He was if you wanted a military field commander that to get a battle won, that's the guy you want, because he didn't mess around and get ready forever. He went out there and charged, and the guys knew that he knew what he's doing, and they followed him, and he got things done. Just the opposite of the British general, and there goes my memory again, the British general in World War II that was up in the northern France and Belgium. Patton was in the southern part, and they're both working towards Berlin. And Montgomery was forever getting ready. He's like the guy that gave Lincoln a bad time in the Civil War. McClellan was the same way. They're always they're building up the reserves, plenty of ammunition. In those days, horses. In World War II, jeeps and guns. They're always getting ready. and old Lincoln got so disgusted with McClellan. He went out there, he left Washington and got on, and they had him taken in these horse and buggy out to the front lines where McClellan was. And McClellan was sitting up on his horse. And Lincoln said to him, "McClellan, if you aren't going to be using that horse very soon, maybe I could borrow it for a while." That's a fact. Lincoln was up to here. McClellan was always getting ready.
Oh my gosh.
And Lincoln had to build a fire under. Lincoln, I guess my favorite man in history was Abraham Lincoln.
That'd be cool if your firstborn granddaughter was born on his birthday. Oh wait, I was.
On Lincoln's birthday?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was fascinated with Lincoln, and I think he has always captured my admiration because he had such a great choice of words. Mm-hmm. It was fantastic.
You used to argue with your father who liked Washington.
We had debates. My favorite was Lincoln, and his was Washington. He said, "Well, George Washington started this country. You know? He gave us America." And I said, "Yeah, but Lincoln sure kept it going." What was it that Lincoln said that? When Lincoln was president, one of the staff came in and said, "Mr. President, we got a problem, a real problem. The British embassy representative here. He's on the staff of the British consulate in Washington, D.C., was found in the hotel peering over the transom into a lady's room in the hotel. And he said, what are we going to do? You know, and Lincoln said, well, he said, what they told him what the guy's name was, didn't he? He said, this guy is a member of the British staff here, and his name is Count Piper, and he was found peering over, and Lincoln said, well, what I think we have to do is change his name to Count Pieper and elevate him to the peerage. That's a fact. That's a true story.
Funny.
And of course, his Gettysburg speech was, I think the best tribute to that was the guy whose name I can't remember now, who was famous in the territory where the Gettysburg speech was held. This guy was a famous speaker, and he spoke for quite some time, I think a couple of hours or so, and then Lincoln got up and spoke for about 30...
The Gettysburg Address, yeah.
The Gettysburg Address, yeah. And so this guy talked to Lincoln either that day or the next and said, Mr. Lincoln, he said, you managed to accomplish and say more in 2.5 minutes than I was able to do in 2.5 hours. And he was right. He just was really impressed with Lincoln's ability to express his thoughts with the proper words. And I've always admired that talent in people, and Lincoln was one of the best. Some of the others I can't remember now. Well, I guess Patton was pretty good with words, but he was more with deeds. But some of our leaders, you not only have to have a good vocabulary, but you have to present it in such a way that it appealed to people. Kennedy had that. Eisenhower was a good leader, but he was not the world's greatest speaker. But he was good enough to make it work, you know. But some people, Roosevelt was the master. Franklin.
He saved England with Lindley's program, and he saved England from the war. And
Who?
FDR.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, FDR saved England because the Americans, after World War I's problem, didn't want to get involved in any more wars in Europe. And here's Hitler taking over Europe and threatening England, and still we had people there saying, hands off. So Roosevelt felt like most good Americans that England needed help, so he gave them help. He gave them 50 destroyers, quietly gave them the use of gave these ships to them. He gave them ammunition. He gave them a lot of things to keep England going under the threat of Hitler's.
This was 39, yeah, when the war first started.
Yeah, and Roosevelt was right. He was right on, but it was unpopular thing for him to do because Americans were still wringing their hands over World War I. And, it's too bad because here's Hitler swallowing up country after country in Europe, and the only one left was England. And so we were able to prevail and stop him because Hitler was amassing his troops and equipment all along the coast. His plan was to attack England.
And he did in that town in France.
Normandy.
He did. Who did what?
I can't remember the name of the town. They had a war, and a lot of people got died.
Normandy.
Oh, in Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk is where we
And so
pulled people out.
And so we have movies that say how they had to have every boat that was able to go over the channel and pick up these wounded soldiers.
Well, Hitler took over Europe, and that included France and Germany and Belgium, and he
So after
he
Dunkirk,
pushed them all the way over to the
after
Channel.
Dunkirk is when he should have attacked England, but for some reason he didn't.
Well, he was planning on it, and the Battle of Britain in September 1940. The thing that stopped Hitler, he was planning to do it. He had the bombers, and they ran some bombing raids, but the bombing raids were so badly shot up by the British fighter pilots defending Britain that he had second thoughts about it, and he thought, well, let's go over and attack Russia, because things aren't going too well for us.
That was bad for him.
So that's really what turned it, is the show of strength in the air that Britain showed against his advances. He was planning on taking over Britain.
Yeah.
I have one more minute, one more question. What is the key to a successful marriage?
Communication.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta talk to each other. And
Share all your thoughts with your partner. Yeah.
What about love?
Love is very important, yes. We both love each other even
Oh, I
more.
thought that was a given.
More so since I've been sick, and he's been very helpful. And he really is great. And we love each other more than usual.
Yeah.
The usual was pretty good.
All right.